Yeah, boy. Welcome to the channel, everybody. Daylight savings time's kind of catching up to me. I didn't really plan on the sun going down this early. Wanted to get this video knocked out, but I stayed on the phone too long with my buddy Fretwell. He's over at Mid-State Rug Munchers, and well, if you guys don't know Fretwell, you don't know the mulching business. He's got a pretty big name in the mulching field, a small foot though. We were talking about Con Expo, making plans for that. Comment below any of you guys plan on going to Con Expo. It's a pretty big expo in the con department. They sell machinery. A lot of people coming to Vegas. But anyway, let's talk about the machinery that we actually physically can look at and own. We got some new attachments for the TL12 skid steer platform, quick disconnect. These forks, I will say this, I never expected to use pallet forks as much as I do, but they were a lifesaver right here. Just slid right up in here. First thing we got is a tree shear. It's got the double clamp feature so you can reload. You got your mains and then you got your reloader. Forget what they call that thing. Very much looking forward to using this thing. It's been sitting too long. We need to get some action out of it. Then we got this bad boy, Bradco 6-way dozer blade. Both of these simple to hook on the machine. Skid steer quick disconnect plate. And then they got these little couplers, which we've kind of, for mulching, we've gone away from those, the push together flat face ones. The machine still got the secondary circuit still has it, but for the mains, we got these on it. They screw together, have not had one single leak out of these couplers. 170 hours on the machine, not one leak out of the coupler. Normally these ones, they start to leak because pressure is always applied, high flow, and it's, you know, expanding and contracting ever so slightly, starts to wear either the seals out or where the detemp balls go into the groove. So this is the main hydraulic flow right here for the high flow section, secondary, and then this is also high flow, but it's a split off of the main line, so we can still run the little things, shall it be the case, because this one we haven't upgraded the couplers on it. But we got a problem. There's two main hydraulic lines going to each of them, standard, but then the rest is all electric over hydraulic. So, or however that backwards. It's got a, you know, like your trailer plug-in on it. Come over to the 12, it's got this thing, 14 pin. So last night, was it? Yeah. Old Jim from Global Machinery met me halfway from the dealership after work, and he brought me a new 14 pin. So we are going to make an adapter so that we can use this thing. I got the wiring diagram and everything. So without further ado, let's bring these birds into the shop. And man, dozer blade, that's cool. Nice to have a 6-way blade, but to have the tree shear, I don't know how well it's going to work, but I'm thinking it's going to work pretty good in certain applications. But either way, we're going to get her set up and give it a shot. So here we go. Okay, got my 14 pin connector down to, I got one with the lights on it. This is your trailer plug-in. I don't have a solder gun, so if you prefer solder, I'm sorry. But this is what we got, so chill out. Put a little extension on it in case I messed up, and I got plenty of extra wire to run with. Jim sent over the wiring diagram. Pretty simple. I just need 4 of those suckers. Stick this guy in there, spreads her, then you stick your wire in. Should be fairly simple. I hope I get it first try. I don't want to have to mess with this. All right, just like that, voila. I almost forgot to put my rubber on there. My wiring diagram. She looks good. Let's go ahead and hook her on there again. I got my lights on here so we can see what's doing what. And I don't know, honestly, that'll help me anything, but at least I know I'll get power there. Something like that. Out these or else they're gonna get ripped off if you tilt the head down. Won't get out of it. Oh, I was gonna say that zip tie was in the way. Needed broken. Jeez, that zip tie head too. Stay there, Boom. I can change all the settings on here because right now I got it set on mulcher head, and then I got parameters set for that, for how much power the head gets versus how much the machine gets, and then I got it set on number 2 for that. So those are preset settings. Let's we got to come over here, turn some lights on so you guys can see. You have to set your auxiliary to electronic. All right. Oh, look at that. The son of a gun's leaking. I think Dad just put those on there. Yeah, he didn't tighten the O-ring one. Gosh dang it. Mitchell, where's the lights on the cab? Turn them off. Learned something though, that these clamp down when you clamp those, apparently. Well, let's try that again. I hate getting hydraulic leaks on brand new stuff, but I guess it's better to find it in the shop than find it out on a job. Take 2. All right. I don't know if that's right. Then let's try, oh, we gotta hit that button again. I'm not sure. Well, I had to get out the old test light. See if things are working. Well, maybe that solenoid down there's stuck or something. Trying to figure it out. When you activate the shear down there itself, when it closes up on the tree, power diverts to the easier cylinder and it closes the jaws. It locks down on the jaws, then it shears the tree off. When you want to grab another tree, you got this one closes, and how that one activates, I thought it was power both ways. So I thought when I hit the button up there to close, it would close. And when I hit the open, to open. But how it works, it runs off the circuit pressure. So if I'm opening the main, I'll hit the relay, and it's a one-way button. So it's a one-way, so it's just power and ground. and I had power on both ends because I didn't know. There was no instructions. We had to figure it out, but nothing's hurt. No big deal. I'll go ahead and demonstrate this sucker, and then we'll go try getting the 6-way blade to work. Oh, brother. Well, that took a little bit more than I expected, but didn't know the circuit. Now I know it. So next time, I know. And next time, maybe if you guys want to install one of these, you will know. So I got an option on my circuit to go to ground where ground is needed, or go back onto the other plug-in, so we're good. Well, first of all, that thing was a mother to get on there since the blade is tilted, and that means the skid steer plate was tilted as well. Yeah, if it wasn't dark outside, I would have liked to have put a time lapse on that because it was pretty dorky. This thing, similar setup, the same plug-ins and the same little guy down there. So it's only a 2-wire power and a ground. This thing's got, I guess it's only got 2 functions, so that shouldn't be that big of a deal. Still gives you the 6-way function, up, down, side to side, and tilt. For some reason I thought we had several circuits on there, but that's going to be super simple because that'll be the same exact hookup as before. I'm going to put a little WD on there. This one's not the new fittings. Last time this was used, man, it's been a while. 5 years? Let's get her set up though. This one will be a lot easier, a lot quicker. When I went outside to switch these around, I cut down a tree. When I was on the phone earlier with Fretwell, I was just staring at this tree going, man, that pine needs to be cut down. Ha! Using that tree shear, that'll be nice, because for one, I think it'll do 10 inches, like comfortably. It was on a Rayco before that weighed 10,000. This will weigh 12,000, so it'll be a little bit more stable. And the perk of that, quicker, faster, easier, you don't have to climb out. But if it's near a house, near a building or something that's tight quarters, I mean, if you can fit the machine in there, rather than trying to follow a little scrawny thing that could be tied up in the canopy, go in there and grab that thing, pack it out of there. And we got a job coming up that it'll work good on. But until then, I'm gonna just use it around the property. Oh, come on, babe. Another thing about this new skid steer, it's got a pressure relief on the system, so that will make things a little bit easier to hook up. Can't say the same about your attachment though. Bada boom. Bada bang. Let's plug this bad boy in. Alright, stand back. It's wider than the machine. Oh, that's a lot nicer when everything's already plumbed up and wired up, ready to go. Except for one thing, the controls are backwards. Instinct, when you push the button to the right, it should go to the right. So they're backwards. I'll just swap it right here. They're not JSE. God dang. How about down here? Pipe thread. I don't want to mess with pipe thread. Everything needs to be a JIC fitting. They're so much easier to swap out and maintain. If you bump it, JIC, you can just tighten it back down. You bump a pipe thread, yeah, she's done. But we're all set up, guys. So this will be nice to have more options for more work. Grading out a ditch, back dragging a road, any of that stuff. I think this will work sweet. It'd be nice to have it on a little bit bigger machine, something that's got a little bit more mass and a little bit more ground pressure. Something that can do a little bit more damage. People ask all the time about this takeuchi. Am I happy with it? Why didn't I go with a deer or a cat or any of those other things? The reason I didn't go with a cat is because a little bit smaller of a cab, didn't like that. It has too much open area in the back. Skid steer is a skid steer. They're gonna be open for debris getting them in them no matter what. When you put a mulcher head on there. And well, I didn't go with an ASV. I didn't like the ride. First time I drove this thing, loved it. Another key point is the door, the windshield. It goes up and out of the way. So you saw all those times I was hopping in and out earlier, setting chains and stuff like that. Had I been in a cat or an ASV, put a pair of pallet forks on the front, I can't get out with the loader arm up. The door opens on a hinge, it would have been hitting. So that's why I really like that. Been running excavator pretty much my whole life. That's like my main machine. That's what I ride every day. And it's the same thing. The windshield pops right up and it was just second nature, so I really like that. This setup, I want to give you guys a little bit of live action. Well, it's dark. I do have headlights, so we'll go do a little bit of grading just from in the cab to close out this video. But man, I'm just excited to have a machine that can do so much. A steel track skid steer is just as limited as a bigger mulcher, because steel track is, you can't get into every job. And by the way, the quick disconnect on this machine, it is a switch inside the cab, and it hydraulically applies the cylinder, so I don't have to get in and out of the machine to switch out a bucket to pallet forks and stuff like that. Only time I need to get out is if I had hydraulics involved. So let's go ahead and try this thing out. See what she can do. See if I can mess up my driveway. So check this out. When you cut on the headlights, it turns the monitor screen to black. Come on, Boone. Come on. Oh, yeah. Boone sitting on my gas pedal. That 6-way function is nice. Normally you got the tilt function side to side. That one, that's a pretty easy one, but the 6-way, oh, the sideways tilt, that one's where it's at. You can see the blade great down there. Oh, we're digging into the bank. Let's try digging a ditch right here. I'm running one-handed right now, so. V-groove that ditch over there. You guys can see right in the center, I got a gauge saying how much the tilt is. Little back drag action. That is sweet. Oh, man, oh man. All right, check this out. We got this pile right here. See how the 12 moves dirt dang good. I'll take that. Let's say that's at least half a yard. There went my walkway. Dude, that is like a match set right there. That is nice. Oh, brother, I am so looking forward to having this thing in operation. Cannot wait to get some videos on that for you guys. I wish I could do a video, but the sun is freaking down. We'll get another video of both these things full in action. Comment below what you guys think of this thing's potential for pushing. Little miniature bulldozer action, I'm liking it. You know, that could easily get a full yard or more pushing in there. The right material, I think it'd be pretty close anyway. Some light sawdust. Got her all hooked up. Got my adapter on there. I left it for the option like I was saying. We just got a little connector. We can slap it back so if I need to have power to one of those. I'm not really sure. You know, you got to have ground obviously, so maybe I'll just plumb that in solid. But if anybody was asking about these couplers, they're called takeuchi, and they are very expensive but very much worth it compared to these other ones. These little ones, I don't know if they'll start to leak. I wouldn't expect them to. You know, since there's not a lot going through them. The other one, since I'm running high pressure, squeezing a tree, that might be something to look out for. But for now, those things are working good. Yeah, boys. Anyway, guys, next video with these two items involved will be full of action, but now we got to make a video for you guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the install of these two things. Sometimes it's not easy as you might think, but we figured it out. So hit them buttons for me, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you guys have ever ran a tree shear on a skid steer or one of these 6-way dozer blades. I've never ran the tree shear. Today was the first time, and I'll tell you what, cutting down that little tree out there, very satisfying. So comment below, let me know if you guys have done that before, and if so, what brand, machine, or style of tree shear or blade. Anyway, see you guys in the next one. Have a good day. Later.